said that this is a woman who was not honest about what she did to that child. Although she said it was an accident, the state disagreed and said that it was murder. And what made the difference in this case was that nanny cam video.
At 4:04 p.m. on October 4, 2016, a father got a call from his baby's nanny that something was wrong. Less than 2 hours later, his precious baby was gone. Investigations that followed revealed shocking details of what happened that fateful day. Today's episode includes references to the mistreatment and tragic death of an infant. Please proceed with care. If this topic is too difficult, feel free to skip it and I'll see you in the next episode. Now, let's take a look at this case. In May 2016, 69-year-old Miss Oluremi Oyindasola Adeleye, a mother of 5, grandmother of 10, and a seasoned child caregiver, was hired as a living nanny for the 3 children of Influence Salubi, whom we will refer to as Dad, and Nikia Porter, whom we will refer to as Mom. She was recommended to the couple by a friend after Dad requested a referral for a nanny. Our responsibility was to care for the couple's 2 young children and their newborn, who was born on February 9, 2016. During our first few weeks on the job, Dad and Mom watched Miss Adeleye's interactions with the children regularly through cameras that had been installed throughout their home, which the nanny was aware of. There was one early incident the couple witnessed where Miss Adeleye left the children upstairs while she went to use the downstairs bathroom. The couple resolved the issue and, with time, felt comfortable with the nanny. Baby Salubi usually finished a bottle of up to 8 ounces of formula in about 15 to 20 minutes. During Mrs. Adeleye's first few weeks on the job, she informed Mom that her baby didn't want to eat. In response, Mom reassured her that it was okay if the baby wasn't hungry. She would eat when she was ready. In the weeks leading up to Baby Salubi's tragic demise, Mom and Dad noticed that the nipples on her feeding bottles had been cut to enlarge the openings, allowing more fluid to flow. When Dad confronted Miss Adeleye, she denied altering the bottles, so he trashed them, bought new bottles with age-appropriate nipples, and instructed her to use only those going forward. On that fateful morning on October 24, 2016, before heading to work, Dad noticed once again that the nipples on the bottles had been enlarged. When confronted, Miss Adeleye again denied doing so. Then Dad replaced the bottles and repeated his instruction not to use the altered nipples. That same morning, Mom fed Baby Salubi 8 ounces of formula before heading to work. At 4:04 p.m., Miss Adeleye called Dad and told him something was wrong with Baby Salubi. He immediately called 911 and drove back home. When he arrived, he found Miss Adeleye sitting on the couch holding the baby. Dad began performing CPR on the baby. As he applied chest compressions, milk continued to come out of Baby Salubi's mouth and nose. Emergency responders arrived within minutes. They found Baby Salubi's unresponsive and continued CPR. Milk kept coming out of her nose and mouth throughout the process. Baby Salubi was transported to the hospital, but unfortunately, doctors were unable to revive her. When investigators arrived at the family home and observed that nanny cameras were installed, they immediately began reviewing the footage, and the details are very troubling. The video showed Miss Adeleye lying on the couch as Baby Salubi tried to get her attention by tugging on her. After several minutes, Miss Adeleye picked up a bottle, unscrewed the top, and poured about 6 to 7 ounces of formula from the bottle into her cupped hand, allowing it to flow directly into Baby Salubi's mouth for over 30 seconds. About a minute later, she poured a clear liquid from another bottle into the baby's mouth for about 10 seconds. Mrs. Adeleye was charged with second-degree murder, child abuse resulting in death, and second-degree child abuse. In court, Ms. Adeleye's actions were described as cruel and inhumane, consistent with child abuse and depraved heart murder. It was also said in court that, as an experienced nanny, Ms. Adeleye should have known that force-feeding a child was dangerous. Ms. Adeleye admitted that Baby Salubi died after she fed her, but insisted it was a tragic accident. She claimed she poured only small amounts of formula into her cupped hand using a traditional Nigerian feeding method, and that much of it spilled. Surveillance footage from a nanny cam inside the house captured what would later become a key evidence in the trial. The baby Salubi, is seen happily bouncing in her walker, patting her nanny's leg, trying to get her attention. Oluremi Adeleye had been dozing on the couch when Baby Salubi wouldn't take the bottle and Mrs. Adeleye force-fed her. In February 2019, after a week-long trial in court, Ms. Adeleye was found guilty of second-degree murder and first-degree child abuse resulting in death. Prosecutors argued that the nanny's actions were reckless and not an accident. The judge agreed. Although Ms. Adeleye fell to her knees in court and begged for forgiveness, the court wasn't convinced it wasn't accidental. Home surveillance footage tells another painful detail. Ms. Adeleye waited 20 minutes before contacting the child's father. He rushed home and called 911 on the way, but it was too late. The autopsy confirmed what the video had already suggested. Baby Salubi's cause of death was asphyxiation. Ms. Oluremi Oyindasola would later claim in her defense that what she did was cup feeding, a practice which she said was common in Nigeria, where she came from, where a child is fed by pouring milk from the hand or cup when the child refuses to eat. Multiple witnesses were brought in to confirm that such a tradition exists, but that explanation wasn't enough. Authorities said Adeleye gave conflicting stories during her police interviews. At first, she denied unscrewing the bottle. Then she admitted it. The judge said that the inconsistency showed her admission of guilt. Baby Salubi's mother gave a tearful statement at the sentencing. She said she had left Chicago to escape gun violence, hoping for a safer life for her children. Her older siblings were in the room when she died and persistently asked where their baby sister was. Even though Baby Salubi's life was short, she mattered so much and will never be forgotten. She will always be remembered with love, respect, and honor. We pray for our family and we pray that they will find comfort and strength. In the end, Oluremi Oyindasola was sentenced to 15 years in prison for second-degree murder and first-degree child abuse resulting in death. Kindly share your thoughts and comments. Please stay safe and I'll see you in the next one.